Fourth, to the principal of your college suggesting improvements in the common room. The principal, Kalna College, Kalna. Sir, our common room, as things are, is not well equipped. You assured us when we met last on this subject that you had some funds to spare. You further asked us to submit in detail our proposals. We have to build up the common room as a center of rest and recreation. Our carom board, we have only one at present, is fairly old and worn out. We should buy at least 3 more boards of standard quality. We have amongst us a number of table tennis enthusiasts. We can begin by buying one table right now and later add another. We regret the common room does not offer much good reading matters to the students. We have only one Bengali daily and a few Bengali fortnightlies. There should be at least 3 Bengali and 2 English dailies and some more weeklies and fortnightlies such as Reader's Digest, India Today, etc. These should find a place in our magazine section. We trust the funds at your disposal will be good enough to meet the above needs of our common room. Yours obediently, the students of class 11th, Kalna, 7th December 2004, page number 572. To the authority for sinking of a few tube wells in your village. The Panchayat Pradhan, Sonamukhi, Bankura. Sir, we take the liberty of drawing your attention to the great problem we are facing regarding drinking water. As you know, the population of this area has been increasing by leaps and bounds. There is no tap water system and the people have to depend on wells and ponds. In the best of times, these are unhygienic and unsafe even for domestic use, let alone for drinking purpose. In summer, the wells and ponds dry up and the people suffer untold hardships. The scarcity of water becomes very acute and the villagers walk a long distance to the next village to fill in their pitchers. There are some 200 families in our village, and with such an acute water problem, there is every chance that an epidemic may break out any time. It is unfortunate that nothing worth the name has been done to meet this elementary needs of the people. We feel that sinking of a few tube wells would alleviate this perennial hardship of the people to a great extent. We therefore request you to exercise your power and sink a few tube wells in the village to save us from this alarming situation. Yours faithfully, Vijay Saha, Secretary, Youth Association, Sonamukhi, 6th April 2000. 6th. To the Minister of Sports, drawing his attention to the need of a playground in your locality. Kamal Park, Post Office Birati, Kolkata, PIN number 5th October 2004. The Honorable Minister of Sports, Government of West Bengal, Writers Building, Kolkata, PIN number. Sir, you are aware that Birati is a fast-growing suburb of Kolkata. It is really unfortunate that every inch of space in this area is being gradually filled up. What we have is a network of lanes and by-lanes and houses, all huddled up. Indeed, with a little bit of planning and foresight, it could have easily been built up into an ideal residential area offering basic amenities to the public. We feel unhappy for children who are growing up in these conditions. They have no playground and no place to run about. They don't get enough fresh air. It is pathetic to see groups of boys roaming about the streets aimlessly. A playground for local children is a crying need. There are still a few acres of land left on the eastern part of the area. No time should be lost to acquire this open space and convert it into a children's park and a playground for the young ones. I request you to consider the above matter and extend your patronage to this long-felt need of the locality. Yours faithfully, Niranjan Das, President, Kamal Park Association. 7th, to the chairman of the municipality in your town, drawing his attention to the insufficiency of street light in the town. Address: the chairman, Berhampur Municipality, Berhampur. Sir, the town we live in has fast grown in importance since independence. The population at present has crossed the level of 4 lakh. It has now become an important district town of West Bengal. It is a pity that in spite of having one of the oldest municipality in West Bengal, the town has few amenities to offer, and civic life remains as drab and poor as before. Among the drawbacks, the town looks cheerless after dusk, with dim street lights few and far between. Even some of the posts have their bulbs missing for a long time, creating a deep pool of darkness at nightfall. Moreover, most of the lanes and by-lanes are left without any lamp post. All these lead to a sense of insecurity among people, who often fall victim of snatching and theft. It is really an unfortunate state of affair, and I feel the interest of the taxpayer is not properly being looked after. I request you to look into the matter and install sufficient street lights in the town. Yours faithfully, Moni Saha. 8th, you have lost an umbrella in a government bus. Write a letter to the authority about it. Right side up address, left side the manager, CSTC 45th Ganesh Chandra Avenue, Kolkata, PIN number. Sir, last Friday at about 10 a.m., I boarded a bus on route number 6 at Rani Kuthi and got down at the Howrah station. As I was in a hurry, I left behind my umbrella in the bus and realized my mistake after 3 hours later. It is a brand new folding type umbrella encased in a black cover. The umbrella is made of black nylon cloth and has a plastic handle with red cord. Further, the handle is damaged at the tip. I know the conductors and other members of the staff of CSTC are very honest. Whenever any article is found left behind in the bus, they deposit it in the lost property office. It may therefore be very likely that my umbrella has been traced out by your men and it is now lying safely in your custody. If that be so, please drop me a letter and I shall be glad to collect my umbrella. A self-addressed envelope is enclosed for the purpose. Yours faithfully, in the bracket, Mrs. out of the bracket, Monica Roy. 9th, to the principal of your college, requesting him to purchase some essential reference books for the library. The principal, Kashinath Memorial College, Malda. Sir, you may be aware that the roll strength of our college has marked a twofold increase during the last 5 years. But the collection of library books has remained amongst the same during this period. Most of the books are in tatters because of overuse and mishandling. Many important reference books are also not available. Very often we have to wait indefinitely for our turn as there is just one copy. Recently, some very good books on different subjects have come out. The existing stock of reference books is much too inadequate to the growing needs of the students. A good library, needless to say, is very useful to the students and teachers alike. We therefore appeal to you to purchase some good reference books for the library. We trust this will receive your immediate attention. Yours faithfully, Souvik Ganguly and 40 other students of class 9, 11th and 12th, Malda, 3rd March 2004. 10th, to the Councillor, Calcutta Municipal Corporation, for repair of footpaths. 5th July 1990. The Councillor, ward number 106, Calcutta Municipal Corporation. Sir, I am writing this to express my great concern about the dangerous state of the footpaths in Lake Town area South Calcutta, where I live. In most of the places, the footpaths are so uneven that it is very difficult to walk on. In certain places, footpaths have been dug to lay CESC cables. Stone chips and other building materials have been dumped on footpaths in many places. The worst affected areas are Lake Road, Janak Road, Sardar Shankar Road and Lake Temple Road. Young children of this locality are very much affected by the pitiable condition of the footpaths where they generally play in the afternoon. They are often injured badly. Besides, there are aged people who with their poor eyesight find it difficult to walk steadily along the footpaths and often hurt themselves. Under such circumstances, I must urge you to take immediate action to repair the damaged footpaths so as to prevent such accidents in future. Yours faithfully, X. 11th, page 575. To the principal of your college, requesting him to install a canteen. The principal, Bolpur College, Post Office, Bolpur. Sir, we the students of this college bring to your kind notice a long felt need of a canteen of our own. This college has now 1,000 students on its roll and being one of the best in the district attracts many students from distant places. Those arriving by bus or by train leave their residences early and feel hungry before long. There are a couple of tea stalls nearby selling tasteless tea, filthy snacks. These stalls are the haunts of anti-socials. We cannot allow our girl students to go there to have a quick refreshment. Often, the students have to go a long distance for a good food. This causes much strain and waste of time. We have been always sympathetic towards us. You will perhaps agree that setting up of a canteen will go a long way to meet our needs. We feel you will be kind enough to consider our proposal sympathetically. Thanking you, yours obediently, Alok Sen, Secretary, Student Union, Bolpur, and the date. Page 576. 12th. Complaining against late running of trains. The Chief Operating Superintendent, Eastern Railway, Fairley Place, Kolkata, PIN number, and on the right side the address of the sendee. Sir, it is regretted to note that the late running of trains in the Sialdah division has become a regular feature these days. Thousands of passengers, including students and office goers, businessmen and sick people, are all put up to great inconveniences. They have to be punctual to their respective destination, but unfortunately they are inevitably late, sometimes even by hours. The office goers are marked late. Students miss classes and even examinees and patients suffer. An aspiring candidate loses chance to secure a job if he fails to turn up in time. With the crowd swelling and waiting eagerly for the trains, the passengers lose patience, become irritated and often resort to violence. Frequent clashes and disturbances occur in the railway stations and railway properties damaged. There may be various factors responsible for this: mechanical defects, negligence of the railwaymen on duty, etc. We would therefore request you to take suitable measures to restore normal service of trains and put an end to the sufferings of the daily passengers. Yours faithfully, P.K. Sarkar. 13th. Reckless driving of minibuses. Address of the sendee on the right side top, date, and on the left side top, the editor, the statesman, Kolkata 700001. Sir, of late, minibuses have become a great menace to the citizens of Kolkata. They run in breakneck speed with tendency to overtake other buses, lorries and private cars in total disregard of all traffic rules. The drivers seem to enjoy a mad competition with other minibuses and thus become reckless. Accidents have become very frequent these days and lives of pedestrians are in danger. For some reasons or other, police regulations and penalties do not seem to be enforced and the driver goes on in a nonchalant manner. In view of the seriousness of this problem, I would request the authorities concerned to take stern measures to put an end to this hazard. Yours truly, N. Basu. Request for opening a new post office, justifying it. Page 577. To the Postmaster General, West Bengal, Kolkata. Sir, may I draw your attention to the fact that our village Nandipur Post Office Hooghly is still going without a post office. The nearest post office at Putsari is about 5 miles off, and we have to walk all that distance to buy a postcard. The population of this village is nearly 2,000. The outgoing letters amount to an average of 90 a day, and the incoming letters are also as many. The number of people receiving remittance amount to over 40 per month. I may assure you that under these conditions a post office will not run at a loss in this area. It would be a great relief to us if you kindly consider our prayer to open a post office in this village. Yours faithfully, Siddhartha Roy, village Nandipur, post office Pussari, Hooghly, and the date 31st. A few more specimen letters. First, how you will spend your time after the higher secondary examination. Vardhaman. My dear Kanu, many thanks for your letter requesting me to spend a month or so at your place. Now that my higher secondary examination is over, but I am sorry I cannot comply with your request. A few young men of our locality have set up a free night school where the pupils are given lessons on the 3 R's and on the general principles of health and morality. I have already joined the noble band. This brief experience has opened my eyes to the depth of misery in which our poor folk live and grow up. They are men in name, but very much less than that in every other respect. We have to make them feel that they are as much the children of God as their fortunate fellow beings. The work is both sweet and ennobling. The pity is that I shall have to snatch myself away from it when I go to Kolkata for higher education. But until that time, I am at the service of my poor Biradaran. With love for you and regards for your parents, yours sincerely, Kagan. Page 578. Second, a football match. 94 Station Road, Durgapur 1, 3rd June 2004. My dear Subodh, I am just back from a football match at Surya between our school team and the boys of Surya. It was a very keenly contested game, but we won by 2-1. For the first few minutes, the Surya boys had the better of the game, but our backs rose to the occasion and defended heroically. Then came our turn. From a long pass, our right out ran fast with the ball along the touch line. He then passed on the ball to the centre forward before the goal mouth, and the latter made no mistake in scoring the first goal. The equalizer came in about 10 minutes as the result of a clever movement on the part of the Surya forwards. With honours even, the game became very interesting. The players on both the sides seemed to play an inspired game. The ball began to move fast from one end of the field to the other. Our winning goal came just 2 minutes before the final whistle as a result of a nice head work by the centre forward from a corner kick. The most remarkable feature of the match was that it was a clean game all through. The Surya boys congratulated us heartily after the game in the true sporting spirit. I hope this finds you quite well. Yours sincerely, Rajat. Third, a cricket match. Suri, 10th January 2004. My dear Samrat, a one-day friendly cricket match was held on Sunday last between the college 11 and the local town club. The college captain won the toss and elected to bat. The start was disastrous. The opening batsman was dismissed for a duck in the first over. 2 more wickets fell in about 30 minutes for only 10 runs. With the arrival of the fifth man, the captain, the situation took a bright turn. After watching the ball for some time, he opened his plate and began to send every loose delivery to the boundary, carrying the score to 80. Shortly after, he fell to a difficult catch at square leg. Wickets now began to fall in quick succession, and the college team were all out for 102 runs. Then came the town club. Their opening pair started shakily, but they soon mastered the bowling and began scoring fast. The partnership was broken at 40 runs. The opening bat ran out. Then began a rot which continued until 5 wickets had fallen for 60 runs only. Some resistance was put up by the tail-enders, but to no effect. The town club was dismissed for 80 only. The match ended in a win for the college 11. Hoping this finds you quite well, and with the best wishes, yours sincerely, Roop. Page 579. Fourth. A street accident. Kolkata, 16th September 2004. My dear Puspain, I had the grimmest shock of my life the other day. A few boys of about 10 to 12 were playing with a tennis ball in a corner of the park opposite to our house. Suddenly, one of them jumped over the railing and ran into the middle of the street after the ball that had come out there. Just at this time, a private motor car was passing along the road. The boy came right in front of it so suddenly and so unexpectedly that the driver had no time to stop the car before it was too late. A loud cry of alarm went forth from the people around. Along with a few others, I ran up to the place of the accident and helped to bring out the body from under the car. We also formed a ring around the driver in order to protect him from molestation. He was not at all to blame for the tragedy. The police arrived on the scene and took the car and the body to the medical college hospital. The sickening sight has upset me so much that it rises up before my mind's eye even now and fill me with horror and pity. May the departed soul rest in peace. Please accept my love and best wishes. Yours sincerely, Raja. Fifth. How you have prepared yourself for the examination. Panskura, 15th February 2004. My dear Ritesh, I have not heard from you for a pretty long time. Perhaps this is due to your want of time on account of the ensuing higher secondary examination. I am sure your result in this examination will be in keeping with your school record. For myself, I am not quite satisfied with my preparation. Some time back, I had an attack of influenza which has left me very weak. The result is I cannot devote as much time as required to my books. This is what is causing me anxiety. Of English particularly, I am a bit nervous. Almost the same is the case in Bengali and mathematics. As to other subjects, I am not so much in doubt. I am still very weak. Precautions, however, are being taken against a setback. Pray to God that I may pass through the ordeal in safety. With love, yours ever, Shanti. Page 580. Sixth, your aim in life or the profession you desire to follow. Kharda, 15th April 2002. My dear Siddhartha, just received your letter. You have asked me about your aim in life. Well, I have decided to go in for the education line. I propose to be a school teacher of a secondary school. Perhaps you will wonder, considering the miserable lot of secondary school teachers in our state. But believe me, I am quite serious and sincere. My father, you know, was a renowned headmaster. His inspiring example has taught me that nothing can be nobler than to build up the character of the future hopefuls of the country in the most formative periods of their lives. My ambition is to play my humble part in this important work. I have idealism and firm confidence in my ability to inspire. These I propose to dedicate to the service of our tender boys and girls. My mother had given her sincere blessing to my resolve. In fact, she cannot think of a higher profession than that of her late husband. Her only wish is that I may remain true to my purpose. Tender my compliments to your parents and accept my love yourselves. Your sincerely, Rinta. B. Bongao, 24 Parganas, 18th August 2004. My dear father, I am glad to receive your letter. You want to know the profession I have in view. I shall try to tell you what I think about it. From my childhood, I have been thinking of becoming a doctor. My maternal uncle is a doctor. I have seen him curing patients suffering from serious diseases. He is highly respected by everyone. It is really a matter of great satisfaction for anyone to be help to people in their moments of suffering. I myself have a liking for nursing the sick people. After passing the higher secondary examination, I intend to get myself admitted to a medical college. I do not know how you will like the idea. A good doctor is an asset to the society. He earns a lot of money and at the same time renders valuable service to the country. Of course, it will be an expensive affair, but I think you will not mind the expenses because I shall be able to settle in life in no time. With a little patience, I feel confident that I shall build up a very good practice. Moreover, there is dearth of qualified doctors in our country. Nothing more for the present. With my regards to you and mother, your loving son Bijoy. Page 581, 7th, A Railway Journey. Kusum, Madhupur, Santhal Parganas, 16th January 2004. My dear father, I reached here safely last evening. Though the compartment was rather full, I had a pleasant journey all through. Among my fellow passengers were a classmate of mine. We took our seats on a side bench and enjoyed the sights of scattered greens and of the fields full of crops of all kinds. The train reached Asansol at about 3 p.m. when we shared our tiffin and tea between ourselves. Leaving Asansol, we noticed the Indian Iron and Steel Works at Burunpur, a short way off. After Sitarampur, we noticed a distinct change in the landscape. The soil was reddish, the fields were undulating and full of shrubs and small trees here and there. At Chittaranjan, we saw at a short distance the great Chittaranjan locomotive works. When the train reached Madhupur, I found Mahindra waiting on the platform with his mother. They greeted me heartily. Bidding farewell to my classmate, I got down with my luggage and reached Mahindra's house at about 6 p.m. Everybody here is all attention to me and I feel quite at home. You need not have any worry about me. With respects to you and mother and love to Chabbi, yours affectionately, Sanjeev.